Well, what's going on, everybody? New deck, new day. We're gonna play it together and we're gonna practice for the tournament. Yesterday, the sign up for the tournament stopped, and tomorrow will be the first day of the qualifiers. Basically, to qualify, you have to be in one of the 4 days. You have to be in the top 1 to 4 positions on the leaderboard. So tomorrow and the next 3 days after that will be qualifiers. And we're practicing for that. So basically we're gonna try, this is on our first try of the day. I haven't seen the deck before, and that's our only chance. And to remind you, if we choke before wave 5, before the first checkpoint, we don't have any checkpoints, and we're gonna end on that wave that we die on. We wanna make sure we win the first few rounds. I've been talking a lot and there's not a lot of time on the first wave, so we're just gonna slam a good weapon and a good armor on him, and usually our ranger should win the first round. Look at that damage she's doing. Like, we probably could have spent a little less mastery points and have more income, but since this is a tournament round, we want to make sure we beat all those waves. Am I sure our ranger can beat a Vermilia? Not 100%. She wouldn't have been able to beat the old Vermilia, but I think the new Vermilia, we might have a shot like this. But I don't want to save that much mastery points in the first few rounds. I want to play it very safe, so we're just going to put something in. And it's probably just going to be a bulwark. Always good to have a little tank for our fighter ranger. Now we have to bond our ranger, never forget that. And we're ready to rumble. Our ranger is now Behemoth and Toxic, which is not the best, but actually quite good. Like, I like Toxic on the ranger. She has a lot of auto hit. She will apply a lot of poison. Wait, does that even... No, that's the weird thing about Toxic. It doesn't poison on its own until a Toxic dies. Until one Toxic dies, nobody's poisoned yet, and this is actually a very weak composite. If you don't have like 2 or 3 Toxic and you sacrifice 1 Toxic early on, so it explodes and poisons everybody, it's not really a good trade, to be honest. So again, we wanna bring in some units. I think our sword is still fine, especially versus those bulwarks. What else we got? We got a fire shield, which is nice. I haven't found really as much value as I wanted to from the staff, so I don't think I'm gonna be playing this in a tournament. And there is another sword, 24 gold less cost. That's crazy. Our bulwark should have gone to tank a little bit, so positioning wise we've effed up a little bit, but we might have just enough on the board to beat this anyway. It looks like we win this 2-1. Yeah, we definitely win this 2-1 over there. The links without any synergies or anything does actually a lot of damage. Look at that, almost as much as our stacked out ranger. So I think we're gonna keep in links for the early game. Let's have a look at the augments. Should have looked at that from the beginning. We have Vampiric Price. This is huge. We gotta find a nice unit for that, and then this unit can carry us through the early to mid game. And the unit you want to put it on is usually with a lot of sustain, like Axon, and a unit with a lot of auto hits, like we have Axodon. That's crazy. Yeah, usually I check out the whole deck before I play, but you know, the time is really short. Look at that, time is almost gone again. We're just gonna put this now on the links. Let's try it. Attack speed and I guess physical resistance versus those. And I guess we're gonna focus everything on the dash first, getting rid of one unit. We're heavily overinvested right now, right? 40 mastery points. But we're on wave 4, so the next 2 waves we cannot lose if this is a tournament situation, and we won't lose. So we just gotta make sure we play it not greedy at all in the early game, and then get greedier as we get more in the late game and we have checkpoints to work with and everything. So I think Axodon or Axon is kind of gonna come in soon, maybe now. Can sell those 2, put in the Axon, give him the Vampiric Price, basically making him unkillable attack speed to have more stacks on the Vampiric Price, and energy resistance versus those enemies for sure. Looking at those, they're really low units. Like, we could even sell some stuff from our ranger. We could make Axon our main tank and put the ranger behind him. and just sell his armor. Never forget to bond. Actually, we're gonna downgrade to the water sword, giving us another water stack. Now we have 4 water, and we have Tsunami because we're bonded. So our Ranger is now Tsunami Behemoth, and our Axodon is a Tsunami Harbinger. That's gonna be really good. We can actually put some damage on the Ranger just to give Axodon an easy time. We also have 90 mastery points left over, so we really found a strong composition to carry us through the early game. Basically an Axodon with this Vampiric Augment is gonna solo most of the rounds. Actually, one of the most scary rounds is an Empath round like this, because if he cannot get through to that Archie who is shielded, he is a big threat of out-sustaining us in the sudden death that's gonna come at 45 seconds. So but we're also stacking some Omega power, so I hope we'll be able to get through those. Oh, that's really scary. So where's this Empath? You gotta take care with that Vampiric Augment, because they might be able to heal more than you. Especially with that Fern there, having a stun. Able to kill the Fern, apply another shield, so this might be enough. Yes, barely. Awesome. So we got a bit lucky there, and we definitely should have brought in a bit more if this is a tournament, just to be sure. Let's slap another augment onto the Axodon, just to make him really strong. This one is nice, so we make sure he gets through the early game, he's not bursted down. Basically, it makes everybody lose focus on the Axodon if he drops below 60% health. And it gains 40% attack speed for the rest of the combat. This would be a nice stat for him. Let's see what else we got. Just put in the augments. Here's 40%. Not so good on him. Omega Power gain a shield, we already got that with an Axodon. On crit, buff everybody. Nope. Holder's Omega can critically hit, gain 20% crit chance. That would be very nice as well. And since we're not really in a threat of falling below 60%, we might just put this on. More attack speed, bit of physical resistance, and we should be able to roll. Our Ranger should do pretty well versus 2 rogues. Actually, she's getting a lot of damage. But it doesn't matter, we're buying time for our Axodon to ramp up. And that's all we need. Yeah, Ranger died way too fast. We might want to swap onto the shield. Or something else. I don't think the sword will be good enough going into the later mid-game, the later early game. But as we see, Axon now is able to hit everybody with his shield, lowering their damage, lowering their health. And it's again a bit of a coin flip, to be honest. Now it looks good. As long as we don't get unlucky, we should be able to heal and shield ourselves through this sudden death that's happening now. We need more shield. It's gonna be a close one. There comes the heal from the Vampiric Augment easily. As long as we don't get stunned while the sudden death, we usually are able to heal ourselves really a lot and sustain through the sudden death. So well, we don't get a dagger, so it's basically sword or shield, and I think we're gonna swap to shield because our tactic right now is just to keep Axodon alive. We're also gonna send both of them onto the Dualef, try to have an easy kill there. And we already made it through to the first checkpoint, so now we're just... I don't know. What should we do? We can't put any augments, so we have to put another unit. If we put another unit, Rocco here would be a good choice, giving another bulwark and water stack, buffing our 2 units on the field already. That's if we want to play it safe, but versus this board, I don't think we need to play it safe. This looks like an easy board to beat with our super strong Axodon. So, oh, Axodon decides to take a weird route. The Ranger kind of cut him off, and now he's focused by every unit. And this might be it, to be honest. Luckily, the Flish Laser doesn't hit us, basically saving our Axodon. He still needs to heal a lot versus that damage coming in. Next shield should put us in the safe zone. Wow, so close actually. Next Flish Laser is gonna be dangerous too. We need a lot of auto hits now from Axodon. You see that heal? It's a bit bugged. So that's why this augment is so strong. I think it heals for at least 20% instead of the 2% that it should heal. Like every third attack, heal for 2% of maximum health, and every third attack it's like At least 20%. I think it's more. But 20% would be a good guess. As Viper said it, maybe somebody like left the 0 too much or whatever. Like 20 instead of 2. Mistakes like that happen. So we can put in a Cuculus, giving us another Scion stack for our Axodon. Could also bring, what do we got? We got 2 assassins, 3 assassins and a tank. So I guess if we put in another tank, we should counter those assassins pretty well. Yes, a Kuroko should be enough. We can also give him this. When he casts, he gains a shield, so that's really nice for him to just sustain physical resistance versus those rogues and health. Righty, looking good. Axodon is tanking nothing in the beginning. And hopefully he's gonna go hyperactive versus the Seer. There's also a lot of nature, so I don't think... No, he's countered. Rocco now casting his Omega, shielding himself, stunning the enemies. Bought enough time for Axodon to be strong enough. His Omega does a lot of damage already. Every time he casts his Omega, he gains 10% or 10 Omega power. And I guess this gets more. We don't need to double a Harbinger stack because that only works if a Harbinger dies, which is not something we're aiming for anyway. It doesn't say it in the description that Axodon would get more. Like, I read it in the patch note that Axodon or the Atlas line just stacks up Omega power now with every shield, but it doesn't say so in his Omega. So I guess that has to be edited or later. Well, that looks like a tough one. We got this augment on the right plan, so it doesn't make sense to focus him. He will just, when he drops below 60% health, we're gonna focus to somebody else. So that would be wasted damage. Also think we could get in some more damage instead of this tank here. So let's find a nice Scion unit. Probably a Furiox would be very nice. We also got Scoriox and Umbre and Dualef, like really good units for a late game. But rank 1 right now is on wave 30, which is weird. I don't know why it's so low. Let's let Axodon just tank 1 unit. Our Ranger does the rest. And we're focusing this Doka just to have a nice position on the outside here. Just, yeah. It doesn't really matter who we focus first. Blaze Knight would be the ideal target, but then we're kinda wedged in between them. I rather like to choose a side to fight from. Super scary once again. Blaze Knight stun could be the ruin to our Axodon. Actually, we managed to survive through it, and now every third attack, look at that, boom. So much life. Third attack, boom. It's insane. But it's still so close. Ryplans is healing himself a lot. Check out the healing done. A lot of damage done from Ryplans too. He got buffed through the Blaze Knight Omega a lot, so... Yeah. Alrighty. We're already almost 14 minutes in, even though we're only on wave 10. That's crazy. Like, the game got way longer now. Because we have more time. In the planning, every round we get 5 seconds more. I guess Axodon would be perfect versus the Rampfire. Always check the augments. Grid, that's alright. Not too bad. I think those two can kill this guy. And we want to kill this guy fast. Like, his laser can crit right now, so... That's cute. The stage 2 arcane links without any synergies. By the way, the Scion links is super strong. We're gonna play the normal links though. What do you say without any synergies? He has a synergy, he has Scion, but no affinity. Never seen that. Yeah, we're just gonna put in links to have a bit more damage on the Dualef. Now we have 69 mastery points. I would change that, but it's kind of a lucky number, right? So let's leave it like that. Yeah, we didn't even need the links really. Could have saved a lot of mastery points there. But as we said, we're simulating tournament rounds, and in a tournament I'd rather just not play greedy. I want to stay below 100 mastery points. That's kind of what my aim for at the moment. Yesterday I kind of ran out of mastery points in the mid game then. So might have to tweak this number a little bit, but for now I like it. Also like a Scoriox, especially versus big tanks like this. If we stay alive with the Axodon long enough, we are able to blast those tanks down easily. So we're gonna go on this side because here it's only a dash, and dash can be tanked by our Scoriox, I feel like. And our range is gonna take those two big ass boys, and yeah, we're kinda high on mastery points, so I think this one is pretty good for Scoriox, I guess. Bit of a support thing, but yeah, better than nothing. Attack speed and precision crits chance, because it's an augment for crits. So might be good to give him attack speed and crit. So I hope Dash is not doing too much damage here. As soon as we kill the first unit, Scoriox is gonna refocus onto Dash. Very good timing too, because Dash casted his Omega before that. Otherwise, we would have lost focus a second time. And Scoriox got pretty low, especially with the Titan Omega coming in. So I think we're good now, but that was actually a close call. And Titanor, wow, runs all the way around it but doesn't attack our Scoriox. This guy is blind. Also, our Scoriox with the augment buffing up the Axodon, giving him crit amp. But yeah, and his Omega can crit with this augment. So this is a really nice combo we got here. And we're gonna keep it rolling. What will be the second augment on the Scoriox? Probably the 40% pierce. Also this one would be nice to just keep him alive. Versus a dash or something, but ideally we don't even want to get in a situation where Scoriox is in a threat situation. Giving him more attack speed, more crit chance. Axodon can tank the enemy Scoriox because he's gonna die. Gain 3 energy regen. Not too bad. Keep the enemy ramp fight over here. There another rogue? No, Cyanide fighter. Perfect. Let's do it. Might be a bit of an overkill putting our ranger here. We could have put her just here to tank more than just a ramp fight. Because now our Axodon has a bit too much on his plate and he's gonna go down. Yes, he's down. Scion Cast comes in doing so much damage. And that's game. Yeah, definitely wrong positioning. Not utilizing the ranger enough. But good thing we have checkpoints, and this checkpoint is not far away. So what did we say? We didn't need the links? No, it wasn't for this round. This round we upgraded to Scoriox. Here we go. Position to the right. I'm gonna try to position differently since it was a bit of a close call with the dash. So what we want is dash and the Malura go to our ranger and maybe catch them too. Like catch as many. Wow, that looks nice. Pretty trippy. Maybe I can write my name. Alright, anyway, we wanna put the ranger. It's just lagging on stream. This really shows off that I'm not buttery smooth recording right now. I have another game running in the background, long story short. We're just gonna place ranger here, catching the Malura, the dash, and the tanks. Just giving as much time to our Axodon as possible. And now that we lost our first round, we can play a bit more risky, and that's why we're staying with 100 mastery points, and Malura is on our Scoriox. I think our Axodon might just be able to carry us anyway, but this was definitely not the goal. Scoriox pretty much useless in this round, and now it's a risky situation where if we get stunned in a bad spot from Malura or Titanor or Grokko, there's a lot of stun, we might lose the sudden death. But if we stack, and we're also hyperactive, so we're stacking up a lot of Omega power, we are on 160 already. So if we have a nice timing with the shield, which is pretty good timing right now, I guess, then we should be looking good. One more heal with the 3 auto hits. There we go. Whew. Always so scary. If you get stunned in the sudden death, it's done. So this time same positioning. We're just gonna put the ranger here to catch many more units than we did before. Gonna put this augment on our Scoriox. Since we lost their last round here, we're not gonna play this too greedy. We even let our ranger catch 3 units. But then the ram fight gets a bit close to the Scoriox. He doesn't have a good augment on him anyway, so I think we can risk it. For the biscuit, let's go. 69, was it? Wasn't so lucky after all, I guess. Damn, Scoriox is doing so much damage to our Oxodon, but this time he's able to survive until he's dead, and now Oxodon is safe. At least until our ranger dies. But all in all, we should be able to do this. Oxodon able to dodge the Ramfight Omega so close on the outer edge. Perfect. Moving on to wave 13. I think we're gonna call it at wave like 20 or something. And I guess for this video we're just focusing on the early game strategy. Because I don't want this video to last like 1.5 hours. People are getting a little bit scared if they see 1.5 hour videos, I feel like, on YouTube. I know you guys have been watching them really good. Like, I've seen that in my longer videos, that it still gets a lot of views and a lot of watch time. But yeah, in general, people don't want to see huge long videos, I feel like. But if you do, let me know in the comments. Like, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to make content for everybody. Also, I think I figured out that I put my microphone a little bit more away. It should still be like, I feel like I have to talk here, but I actually don't. And keep the microphone a bit at a distance, making the sound quality a bit better. Alrighty, let's talk about this. We got 3 huge assassins, so we gotta bring in some tanks. There is no many... Garabok is pretty good, I guess. And maybe slap something on the Scarabog. Or bring in another tank. But then we're really low on mastery points. That might be a bit greedy. So I think we should be good like this. I want both of them to get a bit damaged. So let's put them right in the middle of everybody. And we should be good. Still happy with saving 40 mastery points. I mean, it's not a lot, but for this wave I feel like we need it. Otherwise, if the enemy rogues break through here, which it almost looks like they do. Well, our Scoriox ramped up a lot of attack speed. Why did he do so much damage this round? Last round it didn't seem like that much. Well, we're through. Guess we overcommitted a little bit. Might just downgrade this guy to be... Well, there's no rogues, so we don't need more tanks. 2 tanks in the front line are enough. Oxodon is getting the Titanor. You're getting everybody else, and maybe we need some assassins onto this guy. But he also has this augment, which will save him from assassins. So I guess we do it the traditional way, from front to back. We keep position onto the left, getting an easy kill on the Furiox. Probably the better choice, and then we just keep the Titanor away. Titanor Omega is gonna hit us pretty bad, so let's position like this. No, actually the Oxodon is gonna run away anyway, so just gonna hit our Furiox. Feels like we should invest a bit more, 110 mastery points. Probably another tank, I guess. Cuculus would be nice too. Bring even more single target damage. What else we got? Flare. There is also a good call, giving us 3 fire. Our Ranger, she's Steam Colossus. Pretty good. We'll bring in another Steam soon. What is it? Cuculus or Flare? Cuculus giving us another Scion. Flare giving us Bulwark and Fire. I feel like the Bulwark stack is worth it a bit more, and We're just gonna sacrifice him here in the middle. Actually leading them towards the ranger. No, we were too slow. Oh god, our Oxodon is probably gonna die too early. Well, there you go. Don't play in the last few seconds. Just it cost me a lot of games already not being able to, because I think in a private beta 1 the last second you still had a second, but now in the last second you should have placed it already. You're done. So yeah, don't make this mistake. It really sucks. I'm glad this happens in training, because you gotta figure out all these little dumb mistakes you make, or I'm gonna figure out what all those little dumb mistakes I'm making. So last time we didn't catch the Malura. Let's make sure it happens this time. Like this. And what else did we do? Did we put on? Yes, we're putting at least this one on. Roll it. I'm like half happy to lose rounds as well, just to make the video a bit shorter. At least we caught all the assassins, and we're really holding them for a long time, giving our Axodon and Furiox time to ramp up, and now they're ready. So this one went really well, able to save 107 mastery points. We're doing good. I think we got one more checkpoint after this one. Malura with the adaptive reflection, which would be a very nice name for the Thorns aura, like reflecting damage, but I guess it's just for resistances and actually not reflecting anything. Still on Scoriox, catch the other guys here. Was pretty easy wave. I feel like, yeah, we didn't even need this augment that we put on Scoriox the other time, so we're gonna play greedy. 130 mastery points, that's a lot. 10% income, that's 13 mastery points more next round. So yeah, and we remembered incorrectly. Axodon got blasted, which is weird. Yeah, I guess we had less damage on the Scoriox, so Axodon couldn't stand through the damage, and we are on our last checkpoint. That's where we need to make it count. Let's make it count fast. But I'm really fine falling out here. This is really practicing. I'm not, like, I should be trying more hard to get to a high wave. That would be the goal in a tournament too, right? But actually, after the first checkpoint, I'm kinda going towards practicing, trying to see how much I could have pushed. Like, if I die on wave 13, I usually use 11 and 12 to see how much less I like play the same way, but just invest less and see what could have worked. Tomorrow is the first day of qualification. So people are gonna be grinding all day. I feel like there's gonna be so much wave 40 finishes. And I'm not sure. I don't know in Illuvium, I think it's Illuvial's killed. Which could be buggy, because it's always a different number, even though if you make it to 40, it should usually be the same number. If you, like, you didn't sudden death too much. I guess there's a lot of sudden death now, so it makes sense that it's different numbers. Alrighty, buffing that Furiox. Also, we didn't swap it to be a Scoriox. Did we swap it last time? Guess that's what went wrong. Anyway, over-investing this round. We don't want to lose now. Yeah, let's put our Axon actually more over here. It's easier for our ranger to pull everybody over there. And actually we might be able to stay... to keep ramp fight a bit away from our Scoriox. This Omega doesn't hit us and it looks good. Basically Axodon has to survive. And this time he will. Look at that Lynx Empath damage. It's insane. Not Empath. Lynx Scion. Scion Lynx. They do such a big shockwave. linear shockwave hitting their target and everything behind them. Really wanna build a team around them one day. Not today. I did it yesterday a little bit. Worked out pretty good, to be honest. Like, I got my highest score, like leaderboards, I don't know which place, but with that tactic. Last time we brought in another tank here. We brought in the Scarabok. Dude, the targeting of the units when you want to replace them seems a bit laggy. Like it's not so fluent as it used to be. Last time we brought in Scarabok. Did we try if a Grocco would have been enough? Because we kind of said we over-invested a bit too much there, so try. Have a bit more mastery points. Looking good. God damn, who did so much damage? Our ranger did a fair amount, almost 1,000. Pretty good for a shield ranger, I feel like. Was this the wave we died on? I think so. Should we stay on Titan or? Feels like way safer for Axodon, and Scoryux can hack through him anyway. He got the 40% pierce. I guess that's how we're gonna do it. And we definitely need to bring in more units. Maybe a Fur Knight could be good. Assassins would be good, but no worse is that augment, I guess. Alright, plans, we could put him here to kill the Furiox. I guess Fur Knight will be fine. Not sure how to do this. Who should tank what? I guess we don't want to put too much on Grocco so he stays alive. We're really over-invested now. We only got 20 master points left, but... Looks good. Looks very good. Axodon is ramped up. He's tanky enough. That's really all that matters today. Bring the Axodon through the first, I don't know, 20 seconds and you should win. With those augments. So let's focus on that. Ramp fight coming in, free kill on the duo left there. Everybody else can be here. Here. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like we need to stack up some mastery points again. We're only on wave 15 and solo. So maybe we don't put an augment on them. But if this, we're simulating a tournament, and if this was my last life on the tournament, I will squeeze in. I would go to 0 right now just to make sure I beat a few more waves, right? If I would play to like, if it was the first round, then I would play for top 8. If it was like finals, then of course I would have to play greedy and not play it. But right now, I guess we're not practicing for... Yeah, we're practicing for winning. So let's play greedy. And play it like this. As we said, Dual F is dead, Axodon is in a safe position, our tanks are still good, so we should have made it. Easy peasy. Having only 40 mastery points left is really a good indicator of, like, you can always check how many mastery points you got left and to see, wow, do I have a lot on the field? Like, if you have below 70 or something, you should have, like, usually, if you have good units on the field, it should be enough. If you have, like, above 120, and you usually were around the 100, you might have too little on the board, right? But that's just a raw estimate. Really say all that much. Blaze Knight, good first kill. Be sure the ramp fee comes over. Grocco has to go down and taunt him there. Everybody else will go on the ranger. Now we can bring this on the Grocco. giving him the stats that he needs to survive those 2 assassins. As long as he stuns them, he did his job, right? Easy stun. Vampiric Price on the Umbre. That's rough, but I don't think he can out-sustain our Scoriox damage. He would win the duel. He will be healing a lot, and now we have to refocus. Maybe we're stunning like this. Nope. We gotta burst him down, but he's just out-sustaining us. Okay, taking down the Arcelion, and now it's up 1-on-1. The 2 Vampiric Price dudes. So we have a lot of Omega power stacked up. I think we should win this. Also, our Omega with the shield. Oh, wow. That was a close one. Umbre basically in the perfect time he casted his Omega, making him untargetable, kind of stunning our unit in the 1-on-1. And also I think his, because he's a Slayer now, his Omega hits. He's attacking 2 times, like, quickly in his Omega. Those count for the Vampiric Price. And so he was also healing in that time and just won the Vampiric Price duel. I think that's a nice way to end this one. We are 36 minutes in, so I like it. I'm down. I hope you could learn something. I learned a lot. Like, I'm getting better with every practice round, just getting in the tournament mindset, right? I think I will be recording them, but not commentating them. Like, I won't be, because it's 2 a.m. in the morning, the tournaments, and if I get in, and my girl will be sleeping right here, 2 meters next to me, in the van. So I'm not sure if I can be really streaming it, but I have to like just record stream my gameplay, but maybe I don't have my audio on. We'll see about that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I'll see you in the tournament, and if not, I hope you come by and check it out when we battle it out. I hope I get in the tournament, and I gotta do more practicing. Tomorrow is the first day of qualification. It would be nice to get in on the first day and just chill a little bit. Alrighty, have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow.